Hello and welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, India's only daily television show dedicated to empowering entrepreneurs for a new age and for a new India. Pride Group of Hotels enjoys a 30-year legacy in the hospitality space, and its properties are often described as truly Indian yet traditionally luxurious. And we caught up with the CEO of Pride Group of Hotels, Satyen Jain, for his take on building an iconic hotel brand while creating exceptional customer experiences. Satyen, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. Now, the pandemic, of course, seems like quite a distant memory. So let's talk about the present. What's the impact of recent geopolitical volatility on the hospitality industry at large?
I think at Pride Hotel, like the entire industry, we were affected quite badly during COVID. At that time, we pivoted and we shifted to Vande Bharat guests who were coming back. We had doctors over, and we were able to keep most of our city hotels going on.
Sure.
From that, we are looking at much better times. I think the Ukraine-Russia war is driven the fuel prices high, and that's caused the airfares to go up, and the foreign tourists last year were a little lower. But this year, there's a lot more interest. The direct connectivity with more countries due to the government policies also making it more economical, and more tourists are expected this year.
And sir, in an industry like hospitality that is cluttered with competition, the USP really seems to be about creating unique experiences. How do you attempt to do so at the Pride Group of Hotels?
So Pride, we have created distinct brands of ours, like Pride Plaza, which is a luxury brand, Pride Hotels, which is a mid-upscale, Pride Resort and Business Hotel, which are mid-market. The unique thing is that they are all full-service hotels.
Right.
We have put a distinct Indian hospitality into it. We have the 5 senses of Pride, which we have rolled out. We greet with Namaskar. We have a scent of tuberose, which is there. We have classical Indian music, which is being played, and a lot of importance of Indian food and also regional food, which is available to the guest. And the uniqueness of each property is that we have the local art in that city in our hotel. So that makes it stand out from and differentiate from different hotels.
Sure. Well, Satyen, in your view, what's the key to building brand loyalty in this business and, converting customers into recurring customers?
I think one is our good location, consistent services, keeps people coming back to us. Along with that, our Indian food, which is really customers find comfortable. Then we have a very strong Pride loyalty program where a lot of members are a part of it, where they are earning reward points which they are able to use. And basically our people are taking a lot of effort to make customers feel like they are at home.
Sure. Well, in the aftermath of the pandemic, I believe that consumer preferences have truly evolved. How might you characterize must-haves, non-negotiables, and nice-to-haves through the lens of the consumer?
So I think some things customers want for sure, like cleanliness, consistent service, good locations. So these are must-have. Internet, I think nobody can live without internet.
Right.
But the more distinct things that today the customers are looking at is also things like how environment-friendly is the hotel, and how environment-friendly practices the hotel is using, how amenities can be more energy efficient, what is being given. And consistent food giving options of various kinds of cuisines. That is, customers are looking at. Quick reward to customers
Right.
also.
Right.
Today's time, everybody wants a quick connectivity, quick booking. So that is something that today's customer we are able to give, and that's why they are patronizing us for multiple locations.
Well, I believe you're absolutely right. And customers today care to stay at properties whose values align with their own. And that means sustainable properties that are eco-friendly and future-ready. But how with the Pride Group of Hotels have you embraced sustainability? Give us some examples.
So at Pride, following the sustainability route, it's a little more expensive when you're building the hotel, but in long term, it's environmentally friendly, and it definitely makes a lot of sense. So for example, right from building, we make sure that it is correctly designed, more energy efficient, like things like chillers and all. We are using very high efficient chillers. We make sure that all our water is getting retreated so that we use less water. And a lot of new things like LEDs are used by most of our hotels. So that brings down solar energy is available. We are using a lot of solar energy, heat pumps for heating the water, as well as same time the byproduct is chilled water, which is used by the chillers. So this is like taking out from the waste, making sure they are segregated and retreated and put back to the soil. So all these things help in making it environment friendly, and today's customers are giving importance to this.
And there's so much talk around how technology has permeated the hospitality space, by way of artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, so on and so forth. But hospitality ultimately does require a human touch. So how at the Pride Group of Hotels do you strike that balance between these two elements?
So while embracing technology is important, it is important to balance it with traditional and personal touch. So what we are doing is that we have a lot of data about our customers and preferences. So we are using AI to study that and organize and understand their preferences and make sure that those personalized things are taken care when they are at a stay. For example, we are using AI-based bot to help our people. So all our SOPs, hotel informations are all on the through the AI. We are able to inform our employees, and they can serve our customers better. So same way, we are embracing a lot of technology to sell online. Today, 40 to 50% of our business is coming through online channel and website. So, yeah.
Satyen, so the hospitality industry often gets branded as a very seasonal and cyclical one. How much truth is there to that?
I think overall, if you see, there's a lot of consistent demand across the year because events are something which nowadays with corporates are happening in our hotel throughout the year. Weddings tend to happen more during the winter months. And at Pride, since we have huge number of halls and especially attached to lawns in many locations, we host a lot of weddings. So that part becomes a little more seasonal, and which we are able to cater in most of our hotels.
Satyen, Pride's journey has been so exciting to watch because we've seen expansion across Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 markets. Tell us more about the underlying thought process in play here.
So I think after COVID, we went on an aggressive spree to grow our chain. So we built the Vision 2030, which we wanted to build 100 hotels. And since COVID, we have added 15 hotels. We have a pipeline of 25 hotels, which we have already tied up, which will open within the 2 years. Recently, what is going to open in the next 6 months is in Pride Hotel. We are opening in Noida and Rajkot. In Pride Resort, we are opening in Ambaji and Lonavala. Pride Visnotel is opening in Dwarka as well as Gir. So lot of chains, a lot of hotels coming, including a Pride Suite, which is our first apartment hotel, which is going to open up in Gurgaon. So idea being that we are trying to make sure that we are present in most of the locations where our customer wants us to be.
Sure. We're going to slip into a short break, but our special feature on Leaders of Tomorrow continues. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our special feature on Leaders of Tomorrow. We're in conversation with Satyen Jain, CEO of Pride Group of Hotels, where modern hospitality meets a traditional Indian touch. So what more would you like to see from the government, perhaps, by way of industry-friendly frameworks that support players in the hospitality space?
I think what's happening is the biggest raw material for the hotel is its land. And the land cost sometimes is 30 to 50% of the cost of the project,
Right.
which makes it more expensive. Bangkok has 1 lakh rooms, whereas India classified rooms are 2.5 lakh for the country. They have a high FSI. So once the government increases the FSI, the product of the hotel cost will come down and it will be more economical and it will be friendly for tourists to come. Also, licenses take some time. They have worked on it. Little bit licenses, if they make a single license, window license, that could be helpful. Lot of events happens abroad, which create demand for the city hotels.
Right.
So that lot of that demand is missing. If somebody comes to Bombay, for example, what does he do for 4 days in Bombay?
Sure.
So that is something that I think industry, government and tourism board all have to put together and make sure there are much more sports events and things to do which can actually sustain tourists for longer time.
Well, let's talk about the dynamics between domestic tourist footfall and the international tourists, right? Catering to them requires, a different model and vision, if you will. How do you segregate that vision and yet cater to both at the Pride Group of Hotels?
See, initially Pride started as a domestic customers. But what we have realized, even tourists who are coming from outside, they actually want Indian experience.
Right.
There is no point going to a hotel which looks same as where you are coming from.
Sure.
So that distinct thing is what we are able to offer. And people are liking the whole experience. We have culture being presented. We have regional food being there. We have music, which is Indians, art. So all that gives a holistic experience to our customers. Another distinct thing which all customers, whether international or domestic, is looking at a world-class product. So we use the best interior people, we have the best amenities, the gadgets, the tech. So everything is up to the mark of any international hotel. But only thing is we are more Indian in terms of the look. And the element of India is visible in all our hotels.
And so there are so many new age market segments that are now coming to the forefront, be it staycationers, be it the middle class with growing disposable income, be it millennials. And oftentimes they have competing needs, competing aspirations. What's the key to meeting those aspirations?
So a lot of the disposable income is asking, a lot of people are taking multiple holidays now instead of one long holiday. And we have a lot of distinct products. For example, the Golden Triangle. We are present in Delhi and Jaipur. We are coming up in Agra soon. Similarly, we have pilgrimage locations also. Like we are in Puri, we are coming in Ambaji, Rudraprayag. So that caters to a lot of the middle class aspirations and the kind of holidays they like.
Right.
For the millennials, we have a lot of weekend getaways. So for example, we have beach locations like Goa and Puri, Digha. So these are good getaways. Hill stations like Mussoorie, or if we are looking at wildlife, we have two properties in Gir as well as Bharatpur.
Right.
So all these can cater to the millennials and short weekends stay of the customer.
And this is ultimately a very difficult business to be in. It requires grit and determination, right? So what words of advice might you have for aspiring entrepreneurs in the hospitality space that are perhaps still struggling to find their footing?
A lot of times what happens that new entrant into the hotel industry goes and makes the wrong product for the wrong market.
Sure.
So according to what segment they are trying to cater and what level of hotel they are trying to cater to the market, the product has to be made correctly as per that. Otherwise it becomes very difficult to push over the long term. Also, over designing a product,
Sure.
putting too much capital and not having the balance of aesthetic and cost. So that sometimes affects the ROI. So as Pride, we partner with a lot of upcoming hotels and people who are building hotels on the first time. And we become partners with them, where we are able to guide them what is to be built, how is it to be built, help in making sure that things are not over-designed. We have a lot of contracts with various vendors to make sure that they get a good product at the right price and it lasts them long, as well as our entire distribution of multiple hotels and a very well-recognized brand, which helps in operationally stabilizing the hotel as well as giving better ROIs for them for the investment.
Sure. Well, speaking of design, we've had the pleasure of visiting multiple Pride properties, and the look and feel across your range of properties is very distinct. One truly differentiates itself from the other. So how might you characterize the brand's underlying design philosophy?
So every city, for example, we have given a brief to our interior consultants to make sure that it depicts the local architecture, the culture, the colors.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, things have been designed. So you will see that visible in our fabrics, our artifacts, our art. And that continues while it has a world-class comfort as per any international hotel.
Right.
To make sure that people are comfortable, they have all the amenities which are available in any good hotel. So these things make it more personalized for people. People are relating much better with the Indian hospitality and that setting which we have created.
Sure. Well, India is such a rich amalgamation of culture, cuisine, history, and heritage. And in your role, there's a huge responsibility on you to put India's best foot forward to domestic and international tourists, travelers, visitors alike. How do you take that responsibility on your shoulders, and how do you hold yourself accountable to delivering on that vision?
Once the customer, and especially international customers coming to our hotel, we are showcasing India.
Yes.
So right from the art, the food, that's why we spend a lot of time in trying to cultivate the regional food and make sure that those popular items people get to sample,
Right.
including domestic tourists. So if you're going, let's say, from Bombay to Calcutta hotel, so it would also give a lot of regional foods around that whole region, which may not be the most popular ones. So that exposure kind of makes customers more aware. And also we make sure that music, whether it's a performer, all these things we try to see if we can expose them to the local what is available.
And here at the Pride Group of Hotels, as its CEO, what element of your job gives you the greatest sense of pride?
I think the best thing is that we are a large team and all of us are working together, making sure that we are taking good care of our company. And it's good to see that the company has grown, our team is grown in large numbers,
Yes.
and we are able to take good care of their growth and create a lot of opportunities for them to grow to various hotels which we are opening up.
Well, we certainly look forward to that and a whole lot more, and we wish you and the larger team at Pride all the continued success. Thank you so much for joining us, Satyen.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, that brings our special feature here on Leaders of Tomorrow to a close. We trust that you found the insights shared of value. Thanks for tuning in.